Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning for these few minutes of quiet time before we get into our busy day. So I invite you to just relax your physical body in your chair. Just feel the weight of your body as it presses against the chair and just allow it to be. With your spine straight, allow your shoulders to relax, your jaw to relax, your fingers and toes to relax, your forehead to relax, and your eyelids to relax, simply allowing your eyes to close. Counting the breath, breathing in for 4 counts, and breathing out. Just allowing the breath to come and to go. Breathing in and breathing out. I invite you now to just imagine that you are standing outdoors on a beautiful, warm spring day. That first day of spring, when suddenly everything comes back to life. When everything is growing so fast, you can almost see the leaves growing and the buds unfolding. And just breathing in the freshness of the air, feeling it on your face. And you observe that there are ladybugs and dragonflies and hummingbirds in the air, all flitting about, busily getting ready for spring. And imagine that you are standing in a meadow just on the edge of a stand of beautiful trees. The flowers are blooming all around you. Birds are singing, and the sunshine is fresh on your face and your back. And if you're comfortable doing so, imagine that your feet are bare and you feel the cool grass beneath your feet. The warm sun on your back and shoulders, the gentlest of breezes on your face. I invite you now to turn and look toward that stand of trees and observe those trees, really observe them. What species are they? Are they coniferous trees, deciduous trees, evergreens, maples, oaks, fir, cedar? Really look at those trees. And slowly, ever so slowly, begin to walk toward the trees. Feeling the cool grass turning to the warmth of the well-worn path into the trees. It may be firm under your feet, or there may be a soft cushion of evergreen needles. Feel it on your feet. Feel it with each step as you approach and step into that grove of trees. And just inside, you will see a clearing. Stepping into that clearing, you are surrounded by the trees. Turn a complete circle and really see each tree. Feel a connection with each tree. Breathing into that connection. And now choose one tree and gently approach it. Perhaps with your palms turned forward in a gesture of friendship. Place one hand on the tree. Feel the smooth roughness of the bark. Place your other hand on the tree and feel its energy between your palms. Lean forward and allow your chest to touch the tree, knowing that it can sense your heartbeat. Become aware and feel the sap running in the tree. Feel the slow, gentle expansion of the tree as it continues to grow. Feel the growth rings, one for each year of life. Turn now and let your back lean against the tree. Feel the tree trunk pressing up against your back. Slowly bend your knees, allowing your back to slide down the tree trunk. And come to a sitting position, nestled in the arms of the trunk that reaches out and branches out into the roots. The roots that reach into the ground to find the water to nourish the tree. The roots that branch out and reach out and communicate with the other trees in the area. Feel yourself connected to that web of life that is all around you. And just breathe. Just being aware of the tree, your connection with the tree's connection with the other trees, the circulation of life between you. And realize that as you exhale, the gift of carbon dioxide on your breath nourishes the tree. And as you inhale, you're drawing in the tree's gift of oxygen to nourish your body. Breathing deeply and gently and evenly. Exchanging life force with the tree. As you continue to breathe, gently lift your head and look up through the canopy above your head. See the leaves dancing, the branches swaying, the sun shining, nourishing both you and the trees. Slowly and gently now, I invite you to imagine yourself standing, once again placing your hands on the tree trunk, feeling its life, and step back into the middle of the clearing. And once again, turning in a complete circle, acknowledge each tree. Thank the trees for sharing themselves with you and for all they do to nourish life. And stepping back onto the path now. Become aware once again of the texture of the path under your feet. And slowly walk out from the glade of trees, back into the meadow, the cool grass. And even for the few moments where you have been absent from this place, you notice the difference. More flowers have sprouted and grown and blossomed. More hummingbirds have arrived, more dragonflies, more ladybugs, more butterflies. Look carefully at it all. Appreciate it all, acknowledge it all. Feel the warmth of the sun. And just spend a moment in gratitude. And I invite you now to gently bring yourself back to an awareness of time and place. Becoming aware once again of your feet, your hands, the weight of your body in the chair. And breathing in, feel your body lighter, more relaxed, at peace. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thanks for being with us this morning. Please stay around and listen to Michael Drislane's lovely musical prelude and then our service. Namaste. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our Circle of Love, no matter where you are in this great land of ours, on this beautiful island of ours, whether you're in Victoria, Comox, Cumberland, no matter where you are welcome in this place, and no matter where you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome in this place. And we begin by acknowledging that we are living, working, and playing on the traditional and ancestral lands of the Indigenous people of Vancouver Island. In Nanaimo, it's the Snuneymuxw Nation, and we are grateful. Hajka.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. And all the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh yes, I can make it now. The rain is gone. sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. 'Cause that rainbow done
made me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
It's gonna be a
Bright, bright,
sunshiny day. Well, I didn't hear it, so I started to doubt you. You couldn't feel it, so you just lost your way. And we'll never find it if we don't get it out there. It's not love till you give it away. It's not a treasure you keep buried within you, and it's not a bankroll you save up for a rainy day. It's not like a lifeboat you don't use till you're sinking. It's not love till you give it away. Now give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away. Just give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away.
Just let it go, then watch it grow. Just give it up, you still will have enough.
Just give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away. And it's not peace till you make peace your mission. And it won't heal till they hear what you need to say. It's gonna take faith, 'cause it's such a contradiction. It's not love till you give it away. Now give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away. Just give it away. Give it away. It's not love till you give it away. It's not love till you give it away.
Thank you, Brian and Valerie. Will you join with me for an opening prayer? And as we breathe deeply in, we allow that breath to relax our bodies, and activate our minds. We open our minds. Open our minds to new thoughts, new expressions of who we are, new ways of learning and listening. Knowing that right here, available to each and every one of us, are all the powers that we each inherit at birth. The powers that we can call upon in times of need and in times of joy. The powers that support our self-expression, support all our endeavors. And just breathing, feeling the power surging through your body. The one power and the one presence, uniting us all. And so it is. Well, I'm not sure what Thomas is going to talk about this morning. His talk is about giving, being part of something. And that immediately took me to Khalil Gibran's The Prophet. So I'd like to read just a couple of excerpts from the section on giving. There are those who give little of the much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gifts unwholesome. And there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty. There are those who give with joy, and that joy is their reward. And there are those who give with pain, and that pain is their baptism. And there are those who give and know not pain in giving, nor do they seek joy, nor give with mindfulness of virtue. They give, as in yonder valley the myrtle breathes its fragrance into space. Through the hands of such as these, God speaks, and from behind their eyes smiles upon the earth. And then just a little bit more. And you receivers, and you are all receivers, assume no weight of gratitude, lest you lay a yoke upon yourself and upon him who gives. Rather, rise together with the giver on his gifts as on wings. For to be over-mindful of your debt is to doubt his generosity, who has the free-hearted earth for mother and God for father. And let us have a little more music. Please, one of these days I'm going to learn to look at the slides. Please repeat with me the vision of Unity Worldwide Ministries, which is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
So this is a song I wrote with a friend of mine, and it came to me kind of as a spirit singing to me. Some friends of mine that are in there somewhere too. Yourself living way up on the hill, where the city lights were shining just for you. Still thinking about your hometown made you blue, and you can lean on me whenever you need to, come what may. Got lost just trying to pay the bills, but this road ahead has everything you need. Might not feel it now, thought you had it made. All felt so easy before we learned to be afraid. In every life there's hard times, and that's when I'm found to help get your feet back on the ground. And you can lean on me whenever you need to. Come what may. And even if you fall from grace, I'll believe in you. And you'll believe it too when you lean on me. Yeah, you can lean on me whenever you need to. Come what may. And even if you fall from grace, I'll believe in you. And you'll believe it too when you lean on me. When you lean on me. When you lean on me.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Good morning, everybody. When Reverend Patricia said she was uncertain what my talk was about, I felt great relief because I am as well. So I was like, that is, whew, that just puts me at ease. Neither one of us knows what's going on this morning. Yeah. So let's start at that song. There's an offering there in that song. You can lean on me. I'll be there for you. You know, we're very quick, I find, to give. You know, we want to give something. And that's awesome. It really is. But how often are we willing to receive? How open are we to receiving the gifts, as the reading that Patricia gave this morning? The end of that was about receiving, about allowing somebody else to feel the gift of giving. And so maybe we'll start with giving, because it is important to give, in my view. And Catherine Ponder, for those that don't know, is a great Unity author. Wrote many books. I think she's up to 16 or 17 books, a lot of them to do with prosperity. So she came from a very, very tough childhood of nothing and became prosperous. And then people would come to her and ask her, well, how did you do this? This is like in the 50s. And so she just found herself starting to teach about prosperity all the time and running classes in the ministries that she worked in around prosperity. So she says there's first 3 types of giving. The first one is to give to God. Now, that's like, oh, he's just going to talk about giving to Unity. No. Giving to God, to me, is giving to good. So whether that's a church, a charity in the community, feeding people, helping out the homeless, whatever that is the work of giving, in my view. So she talks about a couple of businessmen who she had run into, had came to her and said, hey, we had this great course on prosperity, and we were very successful in the beginning, and we paid a few $1,000s for the rights in America to teach this course, and it went really well, and then it kind of all collapsed. And they went to a Unity service, and they heard a talk about giving, and they realized that in this prosperity course that they were teaching, there was no giving. There was actually nothing in that course about giving of yourself and giving freely. So the first type is to give to God. So give to the community, give to those that are in need. Second one, anyone care to guess what number 2 might be? Give to yourself. Yeah. Give to yourself. You know, how many people here, and those that are with us on the internet, how many people do not actually take time for themselves? Do not have it built into their calendar every month or every week for treasures for yourself. And that could be anything. I do it every day. I go for a walk every day in the woods with my dog. But I take that as a gift to myself. And so it's not movable. There's nothing that gets in the way of that, because that's my time. Right? So this is what giving to yourself is. Maybe it's knowledge, taking courses, buying yourself a book, treating yourself, going out with friends, and not feeling shame about having done that, to actually give to yourself and enjoy that. And then third is to give to someone else. Bless those persons when you give, say thank you, and release. Let go, not expect anything back. There's no expectation. According to Mahayana Buddhism, Buddha instructed the bodhisattvas to display generosity with compassion and sincerity without any degree of expectation of getting something in return. So it's not just a teaching at Unity, it's actually a teaching that goes back in many, many belief systems in the world, and it's thousands of years old. We give and receive. Now, if you read Prosperity by Eric Butterworth, he will say that the universe is actually unfair because you will get back more than you give. So there's actually an unfair advantage to giving. Now, that doesn't mean you can go around giving thinking, oh, I'm going to get something. That kind of works against it, right? The idea is to give freely, but at least for me, I have found that the more I open myself up to giving, the more I seem to get. And before coming to Unity, I never tithed to really anything on a consistent basis. And I find myself now pushing myself to, well, what's uncomfortable? You know, how much in giving back to the community, whether it's Unity or charities that we support, how much is uncomfortable for me? Because that to me is the line. It's not what's easy. It's kind of like what's uncomfortable. What makes me kind of go, I don't know about this one. And then letting go and allowing it to go to work. Now, receiving, on the other hand, I am receiving this right now, fully. Thank you, universe. That's awesome. It's so precarious. It's awesome. Don't touch the clear plastic thing here at all. But when we receive, we allow others to bless us. So, for example, recently I had, a water leak in my house where a massive amount of damage was done. The storm that just passed, anybody have some problems from the storm? Roof? Yeah. I had 6 trees down in my yard, fence gone, neighbor's fence destroyed. Yeah. So with the house, somebody from Unity opened up and offered to support me in fixing the water repairs. Now, here's the thing. I could have just said, no, that's too uncomfortable for me. I'm not willing to do that. But I opened myself up to that generosity. What was great is how much I learned about this person. I have a new, deeper connection and friendship with that. Not only that, but my problem was solved pretty quickly. But now there's something greater for me there. And I learned about house building in a way that I would never have learned had I just hired somebody else to do it. A friend of mine came over from Salt Spring Island, or from Main Island, to help me with the trees, just showed up. We had a conversation. I said, yeah, I got 6 trees down. He changed his entire schedule and came over and worked with me to clean it all up. And I'm super grateful for that. And I didn't deny him that opportunity. He was so wanting to support me in that. And imagine if I had just said no to that person and not given them the opportunity to shine their light. We have this saying, shine your light so that others can get permission to do the same. Well, what if we stamp on other people's light? You know, we show the example of, hey, I'm giving, but when somebody else wants to give, we're like, no, can't do that. You know, I might owe you something. We have this fear of accepting. So I have this story. Anybody familiar with Terry McLean? He is a artist who does wildlife, series of plates. He did like provincial birds on these plates. Anyhow, my dad knew Terry McLean. And one day he received a plate in the mail. It was with a stellar jay on the front of it. And it was one of his series of provincial birds. And it said on the back, "Al, thanks for firing me." So Terry McLean worked at the post office. My dad worked at the post office for 30 plus years. And I guess my dad had something to do with Terry McLean being removed from the post office. But Terry then launched into his art and never had to go find another job in his life. And as a matter of fact, sold paintings all over the world, sold these plates all over the world, and had an entirely new career where he made more money and more prosperity than he ever would have working at the post office. So sometimes receiving is about those challenges, those things that come up that might not seem like a gift in the beginning, that might seem to really push us. And we have an option. We can either embrace the gift from the universe, like, oh, there's something here for me, I just don't know what it is yet. Right? Or we can live in fear of what that is and keep resisting and keep pushing back. Anybody done that? Anybody had challenges come up where we resist? How does it work out?
It persists.
It persists. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Yes. See, I think that all of our lives is a gift. If we can turn that into a gift, change our interpretation or change our perception of what is actually happening. So I haven't figured out why I had water leaks in my house and why the trees all blew down yet. I'm not sure what there is for me there to learn with dealing with my insurance company and paying premiums, etc. I'm sure there's a gift here somewhere. Maybe it was that I went out and worked and I actually got a lot more exercise than I ever imagined. However, in these challenges, we have options to either complain about them and resist them until we finally have to deal with it, or we can accept the gift and see what is there for us. You know, it was just over a year ago that Unity of Vancouver Island was formed, where Unity of Victoria, Unity of Nanaimo, Unity of Comox Valley joined together. Now, is there challenges in that? Is there a gift in that? We all have the option to just run away from it and say, no, this isn't working, it takes too much, I don't have a place in my community to go to, or I don't like the online service, or the microphones or whatever, or the video is whatever. Like, we can drum up a whole bunch of problems that we can find in that new beginning, or we can embrace them as opportunities to better ourselves, to grow as a community, to figure out, hey, if we can get this figured out, then what's possible? What else can we possibly do? Where else can we be a leadership community for others? Because this is the trend in ministry. It's not going away. More and more people want to be online. They don't necessarily want to go to a center every Sunday. They want it when they want it, not when it's at 10:30 Sunday morning necessarily. So I view this as we've been given this great opportunity to be challenged as a community to see, how do we make this work? How do we continue to feed not only us that are already here, that have already shown up, but the many more that might come upon us? it's truly a gift. And we could see it as a problem. You all agree with that? Yeah? So really, perception of how we view these things is so important. And in giving, we must be open to receiving. I'll end with this passage from Luke 12. Luke 12:29. And do not keep seeking what you are to eat and what you are to drink. And do not keep worrying, for it is the nations of the world that seek all these things, and your Father knows that you need them. Instead, seek God's kingdom, and these things will be given to you as well. Do not be afraid, little flock, for it's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Now, of course, interpretation is everything. What's Father mean? What does God mean? And I invite you to use whatever you want for that, what works for you. The idea is, though, that the universe wants us to expand. I believe that life wants more life. That's what it's always seeking. It's seeking more and more life. So we can either resist it when it's being given to us, or we can accept it and receive it with grace and dignity. You know, if somebody wants to give you a compliment, just say thank you. Right? You don't have to go, yeah, but, that just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Like this person has gone, hey, I really like what you did there. And you're like, yeah, but, and they're done, right? They're finished with you. Just say thank you. There's a movie, Moneyball. I don't know if any of you have watched it, baseball movie. And they're retraining the players. And there's these lines where the manager's like, hey, somebody wants to throw you a pitch that you can hit out of the ballpark, just hit it. Just take the pitch and hit it out of the ballpark. Don't feel bad about it. Somebody wants to walk you and put you on first base, say thank you. Go to first base. That's what we're trying to do. This is the same message. Somebody wants to give you something, just say thank you. Accept it. Move on. And keep shining your light and allow those people to shine their light as well. I think Catherine Ponder had something for this, a statement that you will want to use often. And again, your own interpretation of God here is what I'm requesting from you. I do not depend upon persons or conditions for my good. God is the source of my supply, and good provides amazing channels of good to me now. In other words, just accept. Be open, knowing that it's coming. Give and receive equally. Yeah, giving is only half of the law. Namaste. And maybe join me as we have a little meditation together. And I'm going to invite a few moments of silence. Because I truly believe in the silence is where we are most challenged at times. And when I think of silence and meditation, I want you to, there's no place to get to. There's no place we're trying to go. How about if we just be? And whatever thoughts come, just allow them to move on. Kind of like if you were imagining yourself sitting in front of a window, watching cars go by. These are the thoughts. You see it on one side of the window, you watch it move across the window, and then it leaves your view until the next thought comes along. Again, just be generous with them. Just allow them to move through you. Be in your space. And we'll enjoy 3 minutes of silence together. Thank you, everyone.
Christ within me, hallelujah. Christ within me, hallelujah. Christ within me, hallelujah. Christ within me,
So for today's piece, I was thinking we could do a song that is, one, very lovely to sing along to, so we're giving to each other because we can all sing together. And it's kind of a classic. I was thinking Imagine by John Lennon. Sort of fun. Let's do it. I know, I was thinking, I promise I won't sing with it on. There we go, that's better. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Nice. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people, love it, living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
hope someday will join us, and the world will be as one, and the world will be as one. One more. And the world will be as one.
Thank you.
I get to do announcements. What a gift. I couldn't help thinking about the little boy digging in the barnyard, saying to himself, with all this poop, there's got to be a pony in here someplace. Lots of good stuff to do coming right up. So the first one, annual general meeting today. And welcome Tina from Comox Valley, who's agreed to go on our board. So many things to do. We encourage you all to rush right home after service, wherever you are. And, you know, even if you're out camping, take a half an hour, go on your phone, come to this meeting. It's your opportunity to participate. So on Zoom this afternoon, the link is in your newsletter. Weedy Wednesdays. So thank you for talking about the windstorm, Thomas. I have got several days behind in picking up windfall from the labyrinth, so the weeding is getting away from me. I could use some help. So Wednesdays between 10 and noon and between 2 and 4, I will make myself available in the garden for whoever shows up. And if you want to come a different day, give me a call. I can usually make myself available and we get this grounds tickety-poo for summertime. And Unity Vancouver Island Victoria has Monday Magic at the Met, not tomorrow because it's a holiday, but the following Monday, the 30th, is Games Night from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And the week after that is their usual monthly spiritual prayer circle. And photography, Dave Tyler started his spirit group last week. I'm sure he would let you join in again. It's every 2 weeks, second and fourth Sundays, Mondays, I believe. First and third Mondays. And get out with some friends and take some pictures of this beautiful city we live in. And Foundations of Unity begins this Tuesday at 5 o'clock on Zoom. That's so that we indeed have 2 people from Ontario online with us. We have 7 people in that group so far, as well as Sharon and myself facilitating. Not too late to join in. Going to be a good group. And 2 weeks from today, we will be meeting in person everywhere at the same time. Victoria is renting the Oaklands Community Centre, where there'll be a live service there. There will be live service at the Lion's Den in Unity, Comox Valley, and live service here with Reverend Vicky speaking. So just a way for us to be together in consciousness as we're together in various geographical locations. So make sure you come to whichever one of those works for you. And there will be no Zoom fellowship this week because of our AGM, Annual General Meeting. And so everyone, and no coffee today. Aw. What a gift. What a gift. There's an opportunity in that for someplace. So please rush home and get your Zoom lined up and join us for the AGM. Ongoing events, as usual, second and fourth Tuesdays, there's a prayer circle in Comox Valley. Tai Chi is canceled this week because the Tai Chi people wanted a real long holiday weekend, but back next week. A Course in Miracles continues with Leanne every Thursday and board games every Friday night here in Nanaimo. And thank you for our abundance. We are abundant, and we are so grateful to everyone who not only their gifts of service and various other things, but the financial gifts that keep us healthy and prosperous. Thank you. And our gratitude week this week goes to Bruce Rowland. You may know he's not a member of Unity, but has been a friend in many, many ways and helped us with many projects. This week he dug a trench from the building to the labyrinth, and we installed water and power out there in the labyrinth. So big thank you to Bruce.
Sunday service in the labyrinth?
We can do whatever we want out there. We got the power in us. Yeah. Yeah. And the kids today, I think we're talking to the trees, and I hope they're
coming in. Have we got some kids coming in? Thank you, Tova. There they are. Hi, girls. Thank you. So I hope the trees talk to you this morning and you talk to the trees. We're glad to have the children here, and let us tell our children what we think of them. We see the divine light shining as you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are. And again, see this little picture there? The children remind you to take ownership and come to the AGM. You will have the chance to vote. All right. 12 o'clock noon. So our prayer for protection. The light that is God surrounds me. I am one with the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am one with the love. The power that is God protects me. I am one with the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am one with the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen.